Oh man, what's that thing got down there in the driveway? Why, that's a Saab. More like the Fred Flintstone's car. Look at all that rust. Now I got the old Saab Sonett here. I'm just going to see if I can get it to fire up. I tried last year to no avail. Last time this was on the road was 2012. It's been sitting in the mud. And it's been sitting in this driveway for 2 freaking years. So let's see if we can get it to pop off. Somebody sneezing in the background. Gotta hook up the battery. It still has the keys. I think so. But I mean, this thing is like toast. And haven't got rid of it. Don't know why. Just kind of holding on to it. That cardboard's the only thing on the floor over there. The holes of that thing. Fred Flintstone special. But yeah, this thing's gone. But let's just see if we can get the motor started. I tried last year and it just wouldn't go. And we had a stuck valve. So I'm gonna go hammer this straight, put it back in, and I'll probably take this valve cover off. We'll hammer on the valves to make sure they're all loose. You never know. You never know. Wish me luck. All right, so last time we left off, it it wouldn't start. It doesn't have much compression, so I don't know what's going on with it. Valve covers are still loose. So they go ahead and pop these up. You can see the years of neglect, not been kind. So that's the lifter that got bent. So let's look at the other side. I got to put the lifter back in, so I got to take this back out. And I hammered it straight. It's like, it's a little crooked still, but good enough to get it at least to maybe pop off. I don't know if it will, but give it a shot. Maybe if we can get it to fire up, maybe I'll save it. A buddy of mine named Kurt can build with the right price though. Can build a tube chassis for this thing. All right, this one's all there, but the sludge is so thick in here. So I'm just gonna hammer on these valves a little bit just to see if they're free. And I had put transmission fluid through here last year. It was spinning. It just wouldn't fire. It had spark. It just wouldn't go. But we'll try it again. That was in the winter, so it's summer. The engine's warmer. You never know. Of course, the first half of this video, my next door neighbor was deciding to cut down an entire forest, apparently. So he was just sawing all day. He saws on Monday, he saws on Tuesday, he saws on Wednesday, he even saws on Thursday, saws on Friday. The only day he doesn't saw is no day. Is it in the right one? Don't know. You can kind of tell it's in there if it kind of sticks a little bit. So it's sticking a little bit. So we got the semi-straight rod. Yeah, just slide that in there. Just give each valve a tap. this up overnight, so it should be nice and saucy. It's out of my boat. Let's cross the streams. You might have to get some vice grips on there. Boy, that's kind of sketchy, isn't it? It's sparking. Hopefully it don't blow up. I had to get some vice grips. It's all good. Where's my vice grips? Let me get up here. And these will clamp on the battery terminals because they're rusted out so bad. Yeah, so we'll just clamp. I got some spark. It could be a bad thing because that's all. Seems like a lot of current. So I'm gonna have to look at this. Let's go ahead and clamp this one on. I didn't have any. What was going on there was we're getting spark. It's because the key was on. It was actually in the on position. So I will turn it on, and I'm going to turn the key and see if this thing even spins. It spun last year, and so it should spin now. I tried to turn it over by hand, the belt's slipping, but let's just see what happens. Let me know if those valves move. I need one of them remote things. I don't have one of those. Well, at this point, I cut the audio down a little bit. The neighbor's just cutting, like I said, he's probably cutting the whole entire forest down at this point, but he just was cutting for hours. But I was popping off the distributor, just checking the points and breakers, making sure they were still good. Like I said, the engine did kind of hop a couple years ago, so there was spark, so I didn't change anything, but I'm just making sure everything's clean. There's no stink bugs that got in there. Later I get some sandpaper in there and clean those points. So, just checking the wires, make sure everything's still connected. And I did get it that, you kind of move it with a screwdriver and get it to click to spark. And it didn't, it did spark. So this engine is getting the opportunities to fire up. Just getting that lined back up. Getting that thing put back in and buttoned up. It's like, come on. Won't you start? Please, won't you start? Good gravy. Just trying to get that thing lined up is a little tough sometimes. Get a little bit of sandpaper and clean off that point. That's all spark. Yep. Here we go. Get the screwdriver in there and just open them points up. And a little bit of sandpaper. Get the, I don't know what you call it, crap that builds up on them things when they sit for a long time. Let's get that cleaned off real quick. Oh, there's the spot. So that goes over this way. Ooh, that sun's pushing. Might have to move it around a little bit because I don't know where we are on the timing. So I still want to be able to move it a little bit. I just can't quite tell where it used to be. So I want it like... Ooh, something. Engine sounds like grandma's rubbing her back with a hacksaw. Almost. So I looked up the firing order on the Saab Sonett, and it was correct. So we're good here. But another good point in this picture, I can kind of see the position of the distributor because the distributor was loose. I don't remember if I loosened that, but it was loose, so the timing could have been way off. So I just had to get this thing in a ballpark, and man, what a lot of guesswork here, huh? Try lessening the gap on these. A little too much. Yeah, reduce the gap on either a little bit. Maybe it's kind of got a weak ignition on it. Just enough gas. Come on, come on. Not gonna go. Almost wanting to go, you know. Like almost. I heard 2 cylinders fire that time. Let it cool off. I gotta let the battery charge a little bit and we'll come back in a little bit. More is better. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Why won't you fire? Oh. Off camera, I have the Buick. Let's see if we can maybe hot wire this starter. We got the battery in the trunk, so maybe just put this down on the starter. She is pretty warm. Oh, Well, in a way, give it a jump.
Okay, we got the cables plugged into the Buick, and we'll fire up the Buick here, and it should provide plenty of power to get that motor spinning up a lot faster. Start pulling past the junkyard. Big explosion. That's it, that's all. You know, after that, I got my eyebrows singed, my nose hairs burnt. So I'm like, you know what, that's it. I just said, I folded up, put everything away. I was going to just try again tomorrow. And, you know, just like, I'm all right, but, you know, it just kind of scared me and everything. So a little too much starting fluid there. But, yeah, what are you going to do, right? So let's try this thing again.
This kind of made us a little doohickey. This is how we're going to get fuel into the carburetor. See if that even does something. Do that. Guess the way we had it last time. Go ahead and
So I'm putting an extra screwdriver in here. I hold this choke open, and I actually discovered there was two chokes in here, just an upper and a lower, which was kind of interesting. I was like, ah, shit. So I had to get two screwdrivers hold the upper, then one hold the lower, and and then kind of then hold the throttle open. So, that was probably why I was not wanting to start, because of those dang chokes. But
let's start this one up. This thing to fire. Provide the power to turn that damn motor. Oh, come on. How do you like my new mask, by the way? Isn't it cool? I wasn't gonna... Yeah, check this out. I wasn't gonna get explosion in my face again, so I got a face shield. Should have had this on in the first place. Yeah, I think I gotta modify my fuel collector thingamajiggy thingy here. I'm gonna cut the top off of it so I could just pour gasoline in there like a funnel. Alright, got my little funnel thingamajiggy in here so I can get the bowl of this carburetor filled up. Yeah, the fuel pump wasn't pumping any gasoline, so yeah, this is definitely going to work. So this is just going to use gravity to feed the carburetor. So that'll be perfect. And I got a bungee cord this time to hold on to the throttle cable, because the squirter still works in this thing. The accelerator pump's working. So hey, so if I pull on this, it'll add some fuel, and I don't get my face blown off again. Definitely needs rebuild. Yeah, the choke slammed shut. But it's a runner. Get her warmed up. It's a runner. We got a huge vacuum leak here. That's probably a contributing factor. And I got a lot of the vacuum hoses disconnected. She's a runner. Not a lot of smoke. So if I got a huge vacuum leak here, though, let me plug that up. There's this here, probably needs plugged up, but we probably just got a huge vacuum. All right, let's plug this vacuum leak. She's a runner. No smoke. It's running clean. Just needed run. It does have a fuel leak right here. Down here is probably a gasket went, so the fuel's just kind of dumping down the side of the engine. So to avoid another explosion, we'll probably just do like a tailgate rebuild of that carburetor. But the engine's getting warm. It's getting its compression back. She's a runner. And like I said, there's no smoke coming out the back end. I'm even running 50-50. I'm running oil in the gasoline I'm putting in there. So she's a runner. So she's still got, the accelerator pump still works. Yeah, that's all gas laying down in there. It's just leaking out the side here. Looks like it's coming out of whatever this is here. And I got the valve covers off, so it's just dumping oil out the side. Oil pump's running. I think this engine's a runner. So, and looking at, there's no smoke coming out there, so that's very interesting. I would expect plumes of smoke. But it runs. Go figure. I guess I don't want to push it since we did have that explosion earlier. So, yeah, pretty cool. And both open. You guys turn the idle up a little bit. So it's a runner. Who would have thunk it? After last time this was on the road was 2012. It was sitting in the junkyard. winters, and it had 10 hard years of just sitting in the mud. When I first saw the car, it wasn't that rusted out, but 10 years sitting in the mud, it rusted out quick. The chassis is gone on this. But I might store it, save it, strip it down. Put in the comments what you think of this. Should we actually attempt to try to get this roadworthy again? It runs. I found the original blog from the owner, so that's kind of interesting to read some of his experiences. Like I said, I was surprised. It did get a little warm. It ran for a little bit. It was starting to come around. We're hitting the accelerator. It was starting to do accelerator things. Maybe I'll do a quick bench rebuild of that carburetor so you can get it running better. But that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I think that's enough for this video. Like, we got it running, even after the big catastrophe. I'm all right, by the way. I just singed some hairs, So yeah, this is really cool. There might be more to come with this, or might not. Put in the comments what you think. Maybe you're interested in this car. We'll see. We shall see. Thank you to the Grand National for providing the power to start this bugger. And what we do from here is anybody's guess. If this gets like 1 million hits, I'll be like, hey, let's keep working on it. If only a couple people interested in it, I might just go to the junkyard and but I did tell this car, I did say if you start, then I'm not sending you to the junkyard. So it started. So I don't want to go back on my word. This car being out of me. It ran. I'm shocked. It ran. But that's all we have. Subscribe for more videos on this Saab. Put in the comments. What do you want me to do with this thing?